Alright, let's see if we can't redo the wiring here for the fuel pump. Alright, so let's make a note here of what's going where. I've got some double wall heat shrink tubing I cut up. Some melt splices, and this has not been completely locked up, so let's see. Let's have the round. I have them in there backwards anyway. They all got to come back out because I got them in there wrong. They don't go that way, they go the other way. Just pull out. I got them to clear that little clip right there, little edge. Oh, get out of there. I don't know what I was thinking when I shoved them in that way. Probably wasn't thinking. Alright, so there's a fillet here on each side, and then a square that goes in that way. So these two are for the level sender, these two are for the pump. So we want the power going to this one, which is the thick red one I got. So we're gonna want to pull that one through, right? No, the other way, push it in. Yay, like that. And then we want ground on this side. So we have red and gray, and then we have black. And then we need the sending unit. We're gonna want black on this side. And then yellow for the white. And then all you do is click it closed, and that's it. So we can pull these out. We're gonna cut these off the harness here. Let me get this off here. Get this. So now we can work with this. We'll go ahead and clip these terminals off here. There you go. How much wire do we want? What do you think? Maybe like that, give us a little extra. Let's do one at a time. Okay, so we need to strip these enough. About an 1/8 inch for the thicker stuff for these. Those are for 10 to 14. I'm gonna have to loop these to have enough wire to hold. That is some stiff wire. A little bit more off of that one. Work. Grab the old good crimpers here. I'm going to use, this is a Delphi Weather Pack kit crimper. You've got These anvils, 1, 2, 3, those are for crimping terminals, like what you see on the end of that. And then you have these round ones for wire seal crimps, which is usually on the full complete end of the, these don't have them. You have your wire terminal crimp, and then you would have a big C like this, that's the insulation, or the wire seal, or both sit in, and then you would crimp that without creasing it. We're going to use this one on the end, which is just a half moon crimp. Make sure that's good and tight. Good and tight. Give it a pull. It's not going to come off. That one's good. Grab it like that. Get it in the saddle right there. Yep, almost not coming off. Now we gotta do these. This is hurting my back. Hold on, let me turn you guys so I can do this a little more comfortably without killing my back. That's about a 18 gauge maybe. Probably closer to 20. Yeah, 20. Probably should have brought some smaller shrink splices, but this will work. We've got plenty of extra wire on the new connectors, so this is what I usually do. Twist them up, get all the strands together, and then I'll either fold it over once or I'll fold it over twice. Let's see how this does. If it pulls loose, we'll do something different. That's not coming loose, that's fine. And there is inside of these inside of these splices, I don't know if you can see down. There's a wire stop. See that in the middle? That's the middle of the splice. And that's as far as you can insert it without interfering with the other end. So it can't be any longer than that crease in the middle and the end. That's how much wire you should have in there. No more than that. Everything from here out should be insulation. This loose. We don't really need it on the cart. I reckon I'll get it with this a lot tighter fit. Good grief. There it goes. Whew, yeah. Okay. So originally it was about that long. So we make it, we'll give a little extra service wear on that because it needs to be recramped later. Let's cut them all off right here. Project wire for later. Stripper strip. And one thing to keep in mind when you have two sizes like this, you want these to be pretty much even length. They're a little bit longer. These two are a little bit longer than the other two. You don't want in a harness like this any slack in one specific or in several tighter than the rest. So you want to be able to pull. If you pull on this, you're pulling on all four of them evenly. Otherwise, you could potentially rip one of these out by accident, or someone could when they shouldn't be yanking on it hard. But just something to keep in mind. It's not critical, but it helps prevent issues with the harness later. Always remember, you're probably going to be the one working on it later, so do it right so you don't have problems later and have to deal with it then. See how there's wire sticking out right there? That's probably too much there, so nip a little bit off. Red to red, or red to red and gray. Crimp it up. Give it a tug. Yep, that's not coming up right. I can already tell this one's probably going to be too long too. There's a little bit of wire exposed. I'll just clean it up just a little. That's better. Let go. Let go. Alright, so there's the fuel pump circuit. Pretty even. So, sending unit. And you can actually, if you wanted to, zip tie these. Sometimes I'll do that if I'm having to route the wiring and I want to be able to do a 90. They're not going to be the same length on all four. They'll be close, but zip tie it to hold it. So when you stretch it out straight, see what happens? They all look the same length until you do that. There we go. See? They look straight. Same length? Not the same length. In this case, we're probably going to be, this is going to be in the pump connector, and we're going to be going down and probably around. Depends on which one I do. So let's make them all the same length. And then we can deal with all that. Let's do it straight, same length. This one needs to be stripped back with the other one. Close enough. And that's going to be just about where we need it, I think, for these. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit exposed. I think we'll be okay as it is. Let's see what we get. So let's do the white to yellow. See how that should already be up in there, and I'm having to bend the other set to get it to go in there. So I may have to trim these off and recrimp them because these are shorter. Get out of there. That might be alright, as it is. Actually, I'm gonna leave that. That's fine as it is. These are a little bit longer, but it's gonna be turned like this anyway. So they're gonna be pretty even, like that, down to the pump. So now, let's get the torch. Shrink these up. I'm not gonna use the, well, you know what? I probably should. Let's shrink these down first, and then I'll get the heat shrink tubing. This also is a melt adhesive, so it's both an adhesive and a sealant. Kind of move it around. Once you see it start to go, back off. I can't see that very well. There we go. Try not to burn the wire, but you want the end to make sure that it seals, melts and seals, and you don't see any. It looks wet directly on top of the wire, and then we'll let that cool. And as it cools, it'll solidify, and that won't be coming apart. Let's do that one. I'm gonna do all those, and then we'll put it back together. Still got to redo the plumbing here, but I mean it's fine for now. I still have a lot of work to do on this car, so I just wanted to get this loose wiring and broken connector fixed. So here we go. It's cooled. It's all sealed. Heat shrunk. I'm not going to use the heat shrink on it, heat shrink tubing. It doesn't need it. So that's it. We are done with the wiring. Just tuck this under here. That's all sealed up. There it is. Really need to wire wheel those, clean out the hole, but there we go. It's done.